live.
Nej, det är fokus.
Alltså, hur gör du nu, Nikita? Alltså, är du inne i det där?
Ja, Video Ninja-grejen. Ja. Och han kommer välja på streamen, vad heter det, så att det visas. Men det är mest för streamen. Liksom.
Viskar du presentera? Du tar på dig den här. Du trycker bara så. Testa.
I'm scared the audio might be very loud, no?
No, I think.
Yeah? Hello, hello?
Can you say hello again?
Hello, hello? Is my audio good? Can you hear me?
Ja, man hör.
Slow.
I think now it's fine.
All right. Sick.
Okay, so welcome to the Hack Week presentations. This was a little messy. Sorry. If you can show up on camera for a second. Yeah, welcome. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We really weren't ready for this. I hope you can hear me well on the stream. We can just start with Nikita. I'll leave him to present himself, and then Nikita will present the next person, and so on. All right.
All right. Let's see if this works. All right. We good?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. I want to start off by saying that there is a big problem nowadays for musicians, which is promotion. For musicians, especially upcoming ones, it's hard to find an audience. There's lots of competition, and their music is often scattered across the web, so it's hard to collect it all in one place. And there are tools that solve these issues, for example, Linktree. But the problem is that these tools aren't built for musicians. They're too generic, and you don't really get control over how your music and your work is presented. And that's where my product, MusicBase, comes in. With my product, you can create a sleek and simple presentation of your work, and you can have different categories and songs under those different categories. And this makes it easier for users and your listeners to find what they need to find. So let's go to the live demo. So it starts off with this landing page where you can see you can create your personalized music portfolio. And then let's try and sign in. And then you can sign in with Google or TikTok, because this is mainly going to be used on mobile. So I added a TikTok sign in as well. Let's try and log in. And then it takes us to our profile page. So over here, you can see that I have my name and my bio, which I can also edit if I press the edit profile button. So let's say I am presenting, and save it. And as you can see, the profile has been updated. Over here, you have the song section, where you can see all the songs that I want to display on my profile. And you have links to those songs, which you can press to go to that song. You can edit these. Say you want to change the link to springsong.com. You can do that. You can also change categories from within here. So you can just press, switch it to beats. And currently I have three different sections. You have songs, you have beats, and you have vocals. And you can also add more songs. So for example, say you've created a new song. So new song, and then you enter your URL. Select your category over here and submit. And as you can see, it's now there, new song. The best part about this is that you can share your profile just using this link. So you can just copy your own link and say someone else wants to view it. They will see a view without the edit or delete buttons. So they'll just see a clean view of your page where they can navigate to wherever they want to navigate. And also at the bottom, there's a link for them to create their own profile, which takes them to the landing page. Also, on my website, I have created an about page, which tells a little about the website and about the project, where it's built by musicians for musicians, and a little bit about me. And then the last thing that this has is a contact page where I have added a mail to, where if you press this, it will open your mail app, and links to my socials. Thank you, guys.
Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll just give you the mic. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool app.
you.
Were there any features you wanted to add but didn't have time for?
Yeah, so mainly I wanted to implement a profile picture, but I didn't have time to implement that. I think that would be cool. But also one thing that I thought about is I wanted to be able to customize the background here so that every musician can have like different, styles and themes that they can add.
Yeah, cool. Kind of like, what's that called? Never mind.
Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
What was the most challenging part of building your app?
I think for me the most challenging part was the user verification. So like finding out which user is viewing the profile, because obviously like now I can edit my profile, but if I'm viewing from another logged in user or from someone that's logged out, you're not supposed to edit it. And for me that was, I would say, like the most challenging part, took the most time.
Hi, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Could you go back to like the landing page? Because there was some kind of graphic there, like it would change. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Did you use like some kind of gradient, or how did you?
Yeah, so
do
this
that?
is you mean the sign-in thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's an animation in CSS that I used for the button. I wanted it to stand out so the user can easily access and see it. So I created a CSS animation for it.
I see. Cool.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikita. All right. Up next, I think we have Daniel.
I'll leave the mic here.
Where do I put in anything, or how do we get it?
No, that's it. Just connect to the TV.
Wait, how?
Hmm?
Sorry, connected
Connect to the TV.
through.
I don't know what was Nikita using.
This one.
USB-C maybe, yeah. That should work.
Okay, so let's. Okay. Okay, nice. Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Sandström, and this is my app. I've made a note app for keeping track of notes. Very simple. Sorry? Oh, yeah. Do I need. Sorry?
The microphone.
Oh, the microphone, yeah. This one. Okay, I'll repeat myself. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Sandström. I've made a note app, very simple. Why would I do this? I hate it with my note apps that I can only store them locally, like there are ways to have them, but I wanted to make my own note app so that I can keep track of notes, and then I could log in from anywhere and just look at them from there. So I have made this, so this is the starting page. Here you can sign in with Google. We'll see, I already have an account soon. Loading. Don't know why it takes so long. Okay, continue. Yes. So here you'll see it loads, and now we have access to the notes page where I have stored some notes previously. Here, down here, you see my lecture notes. Sorry, Alec. No, I'm kidding. You could go back, and here you could see my shopping list of some random stuff. And here my secret note, I love ducks. Yeah, you can add new notes, edit them however you want. I love ducks. Duck note, and then save it. And now it's on the web from anywhere. You can access it wherever you want. This is pretty much the whole thing. Like you can manage your account from here, and you can delete your account whenever you want. Let's add this. Yes, and that's it. Any questions? Yes? Oh, the mic.
Test. Yeah, here we go.
Thank you. The thing with deleting and managing your account, how did you manage to implement that, if I might ask?
Implement what?
Deleting and managing your account, you know, when you clicked on your profile.
Oh yeah, so if I sign in here, yeah, let's use this again. Yes. So it's built in with, I'm using Clerk, so it's built in the deletion of your account.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so this whole thing which you get here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
is
yeah,
just
you get
like
that.
This is comes with Clerk.
Oh, okay, so you get that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard when you were starting, you had a lot of ideas. Could you share some of those?
Oh yeah, so my original idea for this was that, like, now it's quite simple. You just have a list of notes. From the beginning, I wanted to make a directory structure. I didn't have time for that. I would love to do it later. Where you would basically assign a path to your notes. You should be able to drag it around and drop it. And in that way, you could manage them by theme or whatever. Another thing I wanted to do was here to parse the note so that you can write it in Markdown. And then based on, like, if you do 3 hashtags in Markdown, you would get some kind of title. You would want to be able to show it that way. I did not have time for that either. Yeah, I think those are the 2 main things I wanted to do.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now on to Andreas. On to Andreas.
Don't forget the microphone.
Oh yeah.
So,
Video Ninja.
do I need to go into the meeting now? Do I need to go into it now?
Yeah.
Sure, sure.
I think you want to share the whole screen. Or it's fine.
This is the only thing you need to see. My name is Andreas, and I did a live chat app, Shut Up, or Shut App, or. I wanted to. The main idea is to create, like, when I was young, for like. I had this before social media. There was like a lot of chat forums, like Merck, and here in Sweden we had like Aftonbladet chat and stuff like that, where you can like create a chat room with like a topic, and then you can like chat about if you want to create a World of Warcraft like room, you can chat with people about that. So I wanted to try that one, and I wanted to work with WebSockets to like work with the live and real-time data. So in the app you can log in only using Google. So if you don't have Google, it's tough to be you or something. So you log in with Clerk as well as like the other ones. And hopefully the server is up, otherwise this presentation will be really boring. So when you come into the like main page, you can select different chat rooms, and you can see. I asked some of you to be online and chat. So in this room, there is 2 people online. Now it's 4 people online, and so you can. Chat here, hello, and like everyone is used to the UI where your message comes to the right and the other ones to the left. So so I added that, and then you can click on these if you want to see what time and they are sent. Then you can go back, you can like change room. Now is everyone in that one, but there is like different rooms, and you have like a topic. So right now I'm alone and Alec is here, stuff like that. So this is like the chat area. And in profile you can change your display name to like Gandalf or something. And if you save and go back and enter a room, it's Gandalf that joined instead of Andreas. And here comes Samwise Gamgee as well. So this is pretty much it. Yeah, I had like a lot of ideas, but I had to stop somewhere.
Test. Yeah, this works. So we can start here. Sorry.
So very cool app. How does the data storage work, and how long will the chat be stored?
So I have a Postgres database that's I store every message. So when you go into a page, it's only the recent 20 message that's in loading, and I think if you scroll up, the next I think there's none of them, but the next 20 will be loaded like dynamically when you scroll up. If that works properly, hopefully. But that's like the idea. So in the database there is like hundreds of messages right now. So.
Thank you.
Cool. UI is gorgeous. Really.
Thank you.
My question is, what was your biggest challenge, or what did you spend most time on for this project?
Where to start? I had like like a lot of issues. The first one was with the WebSocket to like connect properly, like and to connect like people to the same WebSocket, and then like share the data or like the message between them without sharing any like
Other things.
user data or stuff like that. And then when I connected with authorization and stuff like that with tokens, it went to
that
shit.
can take
Like,
time.
sorry, but it went to like real bad. And I had like this cyberpunk launch where I launched it and asked everyone to go in and see what happened, and it was mayhem for like 10 minutes. Then my database crashed, and yeah. So like a lot of it, but I learned a lot. So.
I have a question regarding like the landing page where you can choose like different chats.
Yeah.
Because I think that you can like see, yeah, exactly. You can see how many people are in that room at the moment.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so
Yes,
that was like an issue I'd had as well, because I had in the database that I connected the user ID and the chat room ID, and then I did a request to see if which are online in which rooms, but then it's like did a lot of database requests in like every second. So now I store it in a cached like session storage within the WebSocket. So like every 5 seconds it updates to see which are connected to the WebSocket in every room.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I think it's Amanda.
Yes.
For the people watching online, there is a drop down that's not seen in the screen share.
Ah, okay. So I had to share it.
Ja, precis. Jag ska byta. So is all okay with the Ninja?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Cool. Hello, my name is Amanda, and I will be presenting my mobile-friendly app called GlowFlow. So GlowFlow is an app to keep track of your daily or weekly routines and organize when and how you're gonna use your products in your bathroom. So I'm only going to share the mobile view because it's intended to be used as that. And this. Also, my idea from the beginning was to create like a community where you can be able to like others like routines and get inspired, and a community, but that part is not implemented. So what the thing that are implemented right now is that you can let me see, I might have to do it like this, so you can, maybe this is a bit too small, but then you see the footer here, and it's indicating that you're on the home screen, and here you can view all of your routines, and right now there are no routines, so let's add one. And I'm just weekly. now I'm adding it. A toaster is here to see, and we are redirected to the other routines. And you can also edit this one. Let's say I want to add a step. I can add it here, and I can remove this, and this turns out to be the first one. I say this changes, and I can also delete it. There. And yes, I think that was it. Questions?
How did you come up with that beautiful and very fitting color scheme?
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's first I was thinking going beige, but then pink is kind of beautiful, so yeah, fit it with the black.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole thing just works together very well. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised that ChatGPT managed to
Yeah.
give you that.
And then I also tried to customize like the clerk components, like this user button as well.
Nice touch.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I have a question regarding, because the impression that I have right now is that it's kind of about like self-care, like skin routines and so on. But is that like your only purpose, or could you like take other routines in life, or is it?
Yes, of course. But now, like with the naming and the branding of the ID, it feels like it's like general for women, taking care of like the self-care routine era that is ongoing. But of course you can implement like branches from this, but maybe renaming the thing. Yeah.
Next we have Ludwig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put this on. I don't know. Jag såg att satte en ny på dem här. Vilken?
Det finns en klämma där. Om du trycker på den.
Den här då?
Like this.
Ja, jag gjorde åt fel håll. Okej, så ja. So, hello, my name is Ludwig, and I have created a small accounting system. And I got the idea from my girlfriend, who is, in Swedish, is called a god man. And that is a person who takes care of another person's economy. And she wanted a small accounting system that could do one thing: generate a report the Goodman report, I call it. And then, so she wouldn't be able to handle transactions like incomes and expenses, and manage assets and the debts, and then automatically sum up these values to see if the sum is correct and she has done correctly. So let's get started. I have one here. So we can do one test here. Just put in some numbers. And here we have the overview. So now we're inside what's called a huvudman, and that's the person that you take care of the economy. So we can go into the bank account, add the transactions during the year. For example, lön or whatever, and then let's do, I don't know. Yeah, maybe hyra, you understand. You can add this, and here something you need to add is also the ingående saldo, the amount of money you had on the January 1st and also the amount of money you have on the 31 December. And this is something you get from the bank, so you just need to type it in, for example, 10,000, and maybe she earned 5,000 during the year. And similar with debt, you can create new debts, but I don't need to show you every single thing manually. And then here you can click on the sammanställning to see how it looks like. And obviously, I don't know, the accounting does not work. But however, I created something called correct here. We're here, and it does work. So now we can go to a new page, which is a printable version of this blanket that has all the incomes during the period, the expenses during the period, and also the övriga tillgångar and such. And that's about it. Thank you.
Hi Ludwig, this looks super useful and cool. You mentioned you could like post multiple transactions. You could show like how many things you've bought with this account.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing I did for tests. So this is all the incomes and expenses. So you can just
do you make the form somehow like adjust its rows of transactions based off them, or
they are sorted first incomes and by date? Or what do you
let me
mean?
rephrase. Are you able to have like a huge amount of transactions fitted to that PDF paper that you're exporting?
I mean, like in theory, it should work.
Oh, okay.
It just appends. It goes and gets all the transactions and just appends to the table.
Cool.
So this is the, yeah. It should just keep on appending. So this is not hard-coded. This one here is dynamically created. And my goal was to look a lot like this here, which you need to follow this layout, and I got pretty close, I think. But yeah.
Nice.
I was nearly going to ask the same thing, but should I? I wondered actually how you transfer the data from your app to the PDF version, but you just mentioned that you do it dynamically, right? So
yeah, this is all like Tailwind CSS to create the tables. And this print button is just Control P on your keyboard that opens up. And then it looks good.
Nice.
So you can just style it like you want it. Ask
Very nice.
ChatGPT or something.
Nice app, yes.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
More a comment, like this is super useful. I don't get why Skatteverket doesn't have proper tools for this. honestly. Like if you put something like this in there, would be super useful.
Yeah, my girlfriend told me like when she asked for help when doing this, there was like basically no help for her.
Yeah, because I've done taxes for like renting out stuff, and yeah, you get like a form and like put this in, and the rules are wonky, and there's no tools, and it's 2025. So I don't get it.
Yeah, if I can do it in 1 week, you know, but
Yeah,
I can make
exactly.
it good enough then.
5 days, not even.
Yeah, you know the correct and incorrect. Do you do some calculations?
Yeah, exactly. So on this, it also say like control, like the section A plus B should be equal to C plus D, and so before I even print out, so this you can see summa C plus D 60, and this one is also 60,000.
Okay.
So it does the calculation to make sure it's correct.
Super. Thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Next up, we have Basset, who will present himself. Basset?
Jesus. Do I share on the Ninja? Yes, hello everyone. My name is Basset, and I have created a web shop for my own team. I play soccer, or called football. We play on every weekend, so we have a team we established this year, and this is just for fun, not a serious team. So the logo, as you see here, and the name is real, that's our name, but the logo is not real. I just generated by by AI. So the thing is that the matches and the table, it's the real data that I get from API. And as some of you who knows about football, it's about the Premier League, the best league in the world, and the matches are from the latest season. So what you can do in this web shop is that you, as guest, you can go to the shop and you can see the products you have. You can click on it. You can see the description. You can see the quantity if you want to have two. You add it to the cart, and you can see that the item has been added. And if you want to see the all other stuff, if you add one of these two, and you can see that your items. So when you are not logged in, you are not able to check out your products. So you have to log in. So you log in with Google. Yeah, this is a clerk thing. It redirects you to the home page. So I didn't. You can manually change that, but I didn't have the time. So if you go to shop, you see that the items have been stored. Not correctly right now, but you can remove items, and whenever you're ready to order, you click the or checkout button, and you fill it with some address, and yes, it gives toast and says that the order is placed. It's a free web shop, so you can just order whatever you want. And I have the user button used from Clerk, so you can manage your account if you want. And yeah, that's basically what it is. So. Questions?
Which API did you use to get the fixtures from?
It's called football. Let me see. Is it this one? The API football.com.
Oh.
It's some real API. So, can you guess which team these that I have marked? Or
Of course.
yeah.
It's very easy to see.
It's very easy to see. Nice. More questions?
Hi. Do you also get the products from the API?
No, the products are in my database. I have saved them in a database. So everything fetches from the database.
Cool.
Except Samuel?
Hi, just a quickie. Because you added the things to your cart and then logged in and they were still there,
Yeah.
was that like something that was easy to fix, or can you explain the process?
The process is that you have to, when you log in, you have to sync the cart with the user that logs in. So basically you send a post request to the backend and say that here are the items stored in the local storage, save them into the database and do refetch the items or the products. And Iqbal is the next person. He's
If people want it, but yeah, can you, because you're in front of the camera, just announce a 10-minute break.
Yes, yeah, we will take a 10 minutes break and we will see you soon.
welcome back.
Yes, hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Iqbal, and I created a skincare logging app to track your products and your daily routines. This is the unsigned version, the homepage. To start using the app, you have to log in or sign up. I already created an account, so I will just log in. So yes, this is when the user logs in, this is the dashboard. So you first land in on this page, and then you can create some logs from here, or you can see all of your logs, or you can start adding products. And the main two functions, the features, are logging and adding your products. We can start by going to the logs page and add a product. You can pick a date and time to your log, and then you can specify a routine type. Let's go with morning. Right now, as we just logged in, we don't have any products in our app that are under our profile. Everybody has different products, so another person wouldn't see your products. But that was also a feature I thought, but it's of course a hard thing to do and implement right now. And then you can add some notes, and that's it. And then you get a message, and here's your log. And we can create one with a product, so we can create a product here. Oh. Product A. You can of course give it a brand. And then for the type, there are some recommendations, but you can also use your own type. Like, let's say you want to add a toner, then you can add a toner. And then you can add an expiration date, let's say the 30th, and then you can save your product. Now, if you want to add a log with a product, the products are here, and then they also get filtered according to what you write. So this is product A now. You can also remove it. And then let's say dog, and that's it. So if we go to our logs now, there are two view modes. So you can either view your logs by list, or you can view them as calendars. And then as you can see on the 5th of June, we have 2 logs. So on the list view, you can just filter them according to your product. So let's just add another one. Let's save. So let's say I want to use product A. Then only the log entry with the products, your product A, is shown. And if you want to go to the calendar view, you can pick a date. Of course, there are no logs for the 6th, but for the 5th, you have 2. And then you can also filter here, which means that you filter by date and your products. So let's say product B, and there are no logs for product B. So this is, yeah, let's pick A and see more. And this is your log entry. You can edit it, of course. You can add other products, remove them, but you can't edit the time. And those are the main features of the app. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Hi, Iqbal. It looks like there's a lot of data in this app. Did you have was it hard binding all that data and the relationships? Or
in the back end, the logs have a list of products, but it can be empty. And the logs and the products, they have user IDs. So each user is connected to their logs and products. So by binding, those were the things I had to do. But in the front end part, It was a little bit hard, yes. That was one of the challenges that I had with the drop down and the lists, but the backend part, it wasn't that hard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hi. What gave you the idea for this app? How did you come up with it?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I asked ChatGPT for app ideas, and then I thought this was a solid one because, like, we all have skin, right? So we use products, and it's a very daily issue that we can come upon. So I thought it was a solid idea, and to track like your logs, you can be a person that has lots of products and you want some order in your life, or like you can be a person who just wants to start taking care of their skin like new, and then you want to have that discipline. So I thought, hey, I could go with this. That's why. Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
That calendar looked very nice. I find calendars to be particularly difficult. How hard did you find it, and what did you use? I'm assuming some React component or
Yes,
what?
it's a React package called React Calendar, and they give all of your props, like the arrows, you can put borders. It's just Tailwind. So it was just a component that React provided.
Nice. Thank you.
And I don't know which person is coming
Yeah,
next.
next is David. Careful with the camera.
All right, everyone. I'm David Aslan, and today we will be looking at my Housing Society Manager app. So I have an older sibling who's a real estate agent, and he currently works with some Excel forms that are pretty burdensome for him. So I wanted to simplify his work of having all those options with Excel sheet, essentially. To just give him something more concentrated that he can manage and that his colleagues can manage. So here I have a row of start or seed data where you get like a housing society club, BRF in Swedish. And if you press it, you get this beautiful pop-up with data. And you can change this data. So you can call this Salt Club. And each field has validation to make sure, for example, now there's buildings that are built before the year 1000, but yeah, there's validation to make sure you insert decent values to some degree. And we can update this data, and we get a nice little toast notification. We can also add new one. I'm just gonna add like BRF Lira, and just some gibberish here, and the code for the report. If it's broken, oh, submit. So we can have multiple rows as well, and then there's this nifty filter. This is a global filter, so it will check every single column of your data and filter for that. So I can filter for 2000, and then I'll get BRF Liran, or I can just do gold, for example, and I'll get that. And of course, I can delete rows, and the data is bound to your account, your clerk account here. So if you log in and switch, you won't have any data, but you can start generating your own because you're your own real estate agent. And then there's lights and the dark theme for those who like it. Yeah, that's the app. Any questions? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Hi, David. What is the part that you struggle the most with within your app?
So the hardest thing the hardest thing for me while building this app was the configuration to host it. It's all containerized, hosted at Google right now, and then I have a remote database. None of this is running on my computer, essentially, and the configuring between all of those was the hardest part, I'd say. Yeah.
Hi. I was going to ask, how did you implement the search filter?
So the search filter, this is a nifty tool from TanStack Table. So they have a bunch of filter alternatives that you could implement, and a global filter was one of them. So yeah.
And did you use some sort of component library to?
Oh yeah. Most of this is designed with ShadCN, so that I wouldn't have to waste time on styling. I thought the technical side was more interesting. Yeah.
Good choice, I have to say.
One more question. You mentioned it's all Google, but I see it says Vercel here. Can you actually tell us where it's all hosted?
So like each component, or yeah. So the front end is a React app hosted at Vercel. I have a database that's hosted at I have a Postgres database at Supabase, and then the backend, my Java backend, is running on Google Cloud. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it works. Who's next?
Next up, we have Elias.
Yes, it's coming up now.
Yeah. I can see him coming. Thank you.
Yes, so my app is called Quotebase, where people can store and look at other people's quotes. I used Clerk for my login. You can look at course. Yeah. You can look at all the quotes that's currently people have created. So let's look at that. So you can look at it here. You can add them to favorites and add them to books that you have created. Here we can make our own quote. Anyone have any?
To infinity and beyond.
Too many words. And then you can look in your library, so at your own quotes, and here we'll have it. And also here you can see if you've favorited a quote, will be able to see it here. And then you have if you have a book where you've stored other quotes, you can view them from here. Oh yes, of course. Also have a search feature, which goes by for example, if you have a word, it will look for it in the quote text and match it. Yes. And that is Quotebase.
Hi. I'll ask the same question I asked David. How did you implement the search feature?
So I am in my backend, so that the endpoint is receiving a string with just getting all the quotes. And if that's not empty, it will go through all the quotes and check if it's the string match anything in the text of the quote.
My question is, I'd like to hear about some of the features that you thought you could implement or wish to implement, but didn't have
Yes,
time.
so a feature that I wished I had time to implement was tags for the specific quotes, so that you could add, remove like inspirational, motivational, and then in your like the explore quotes you could filter by those tags.
Cool. All right. Anyone else? Yeah, thank you. Next we have Aki Manuel. Sorry, just Aki.
Thanks. Yes. 1 second. You don't. Did I? Oh, yeah. Great UI. Okay, perfect. Does it show on the stream? We're good. Okay, so thank you all for coming. It's amazing to have the opportunity to share the apps that we've been working with. I am Aki, Manuel, real name, but Aki, it's better. My app is called What Do I Do? And it came from the following statement. So most people struggle with decisions in general. People struggle with everyday and also big decisions, what to buy, where to go, what to do. And we often have too many options. It's a reality which makes it harder to decide on something. And we also have biased advice, often coming from the people who is around us. And adults make over 35,000 decisions a day. So what if we had a way to take important decisions or even simple decisions in a more concrete way? What do I do then? Help decide. So for your own decisions with my app, you have a simple, this is a simple and anonymous way to get public input on decisions. And when it comes to someone else's decisions, you can give your honest and unbiased opinion to someone who will truly appreciate it. So we can demonstrate the app. This is the index part of my app. So we will always be presented with 3 random decisions out of the total pool of created public decisions that are living in the database. So for example, vacation, beach or mountains, iPhone or Android, adopt a cat or a dog. If we click on see more, we will have more info about it. So we have a description of the decision, and then we have the choices that the user who created the decision decided to offer. So this is actually 50-50, 50% beach, 50% mountains, as we can see in the vote bar below here. So should I vote beach or mountains? So let's decide. What do you guys think? Mountains. Mountains. Okay, let's go for mountains. So we are voting, and then now the bar is tilted towards mountains. There's more people who voted mountains than not. We can go to our profile as well, where we can see our own decisions that we have created, how they're doing in terms of voting so far. If we click on the little eye icon, we will go back to the same page we had before. And there is an option to delete them if we don't want to use them anymore, so we can just try to delete one. And they will be removed from both our profile and also from the total public pool of decisions. So now no one else will be able to see that decision. Of course, we can create a decision. So we can create one live. So let's say pizza or sushi.
help me decide what to eat. Pizza. So she published the decision. And now our decision will be part of our own profile and also part of the public pool of total decisions. So it came up actually kind of random because there are a lot of decisions created, but now someone else will be also able to vote in our decision. And as any sane person would do, we would just vote for pizza, right? So this is the app in terms of functioning. I just wanted to talk a bit about how it's done. So in terms of frontend, I have used React and Vite, TypeScript, Tanstack query and router, Clerk, Axios, and Tailwind CSS. When it comes to the backend, it's with Java, so Spring Boot, and then Spring Web, JPI, Spring Security, and also Clerk to communicate with the backend in an authenticated way. The database is a Postgres database provided by Supabase, and it's actually also hosted online in a provider called DonWeb. It's being able to access from any one of you guys if you want to try now in akiacevedo.com. And the way I transfer my files towards the hosting is with the FTP protocol, which is a file transfer protocol. This is basically the app. I hope you liked it. Questions?
Well, Aki, you kind of answered everything I had. We have some more here.
Hi. Could we see the desktop view of the app?
The desktop?
Like the mobile instead of mobile.
Oh,
Computer
absolutely. The app is pretty responsive. It will work well in any resolution, really.
Sick.
Some other question?
That loading text was gorgeous. Like
the loading?
Yeah. When
nice.
you, how did you do it? Was it from some library or that one? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a loader. There is this website, CSS Loaders. Every time you refresh, you get a new loader. You just copy the CSS and you add it to your website. It was quite straightforward, actually. I only edited the color because the default one was black, but since it's pretty dark, the color scheme, then it wouldn't match, so I just moved it to white. But yeah, it was pre-made. Thank you. And now we will have Samuel coming to demonstrate his app.
And last but not least, we have Samuel.
Use USB, see?
Or you stream? This one is not working. Maybe I could use your computer because my USB-C.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you could keep on going with Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
And
do you need something else?
yeah, because I don't have a functioning USB-C port on this one, so maybe you could go on a call with me on Slack.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then screen share the thing.
Yeah.
Annars kan du köra över.
Jo, det funkar ibland.
Ja.
Ibland funkar det inte så.
Are we in?
Yes, seems like it. Jag stänger av den då.
How do I get to see the here?
Yeah.
Maybe like this?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I don't know if we can remove this. I don't know.
Just X out and the bottom one as well.
Where?
This one.
Sick.
Like this?
Everything okay with?
I don't don't see anyone on Video Ninja. Someone needs to join. My computer should be on Video Ninja. They're not there.
Oh, maybe you left. Nice, thanks. Very well. Hi everyone, my name is Samuel, and I've created an app that is all about investing, and more specifically dividend investing. So first off, I will talk a little about this type of investing, and just a heads up, some things can be a little bit technical here. So if you don't understand all the formulas and so on, it's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. So what is dividend investing? I can start with asking this question instead. Are you tired of chasing after the next hype? And what do I mean by that? Here we have Bitcoin, for example. I guess a lot of people wish that they went in over here somewhere so they could sell later. A more recent example with AI and everything is Nvidia. And but the thing is, it's quite hard to predict like which stock or like which coin is going to the moon, so to say. So with this, I will present an alternative, and that is a dividend type of investing. So like these fancy companies like Nvidia and so on are maybe not suited for this model that I'm going to present. At this, like boring companies, like Procter & Gamble or so, they are perfect for this type of investing because, yeah, you'll see. So dividend, for those of you who don't know, is that stocks, they can pay out a dividend. In Swedish, it's called utdelning. So they give a bunch of cash just like a thank you to the shareholders. And some of these companies, especially the ones in the US, they have made like a thing of this, and they want to like have a continuous grade of this. So more stability, more consistency. And often large and mature businesses like Procter & Gamble or Johnson & Johnson, like you need your medicines whether the market is going up or down. So these are the types of companies that you would associate with this. So like Procter & Gamble, for example. So one thing about dividend investing is that you receive a bunch of cash, and then you would want to reinvest it so that you can create a compound interest. So over time, it will create a gigantic snowball, if you will. This type of investing excels actually when we have a flat market, or if we have a bear market or a falling market. So I like this one especially, like reduce emotional stress. If your stock is down like 50%, but they're still paying a good dividend, you can relax. But just because they pay out a lot of cash, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are a great company. So here we have these things called dividend traps. So this is one example. You can make money off this type of stock, and you can see like they have a very high dividend yield, like 14%. That they pay out every year, but you can see like since the start has gone down 71%. So even if you would reinvest it, maybe it wouldn't turn out that good. So here you can try like to find a balance, and a lot of this is about like personal taste. We can get a little bit technical here, but I think I'm going to skip the mathematical formulas and so on. So this is DDM, dividend discount module. Is just one way to analyze these type of companies. So if we go to the API here, and as everyone else, I also use Clerk here, so I'm not going to talk about that. So this is the home page. And here, this dividend guide is basically the PowerPoint, but in the text form that I just showed. So the real deal here is the dividend discount module calculator. So here we have a Procter & Gamble, but you can take any other stock, like Microsoft, for example, MSFT. Is that a ticker? And then you can search for the stock. Show some dividend data. And here, you as a user have to make some guesses. So in one sense, it's a guessing game. So maybe you think that Microsoft will turn out good. Maybe they will have a dividend of 4 next year. And here you can fix those different. And also note, like mathematically here, if G is greater than R, then it will become a negative or even 0. So if you try to go to 5 or below, you can't save the analysis. So let's save this one. And then we can go over here, and we see that we have a Microsoft down here. We also have an About page. Also able to delete or edit. Maybe you change your mind about some of the companies. Say that the discount should be 10 and the dividend growth should be 7. Then you can save it. So this module you can actually try to predict in the future how much the company is going to be worth, and you can determine the value now and see if it's overvalued or undervalued. But as always with investing, it's not like this is the only golden rule. You should only follow this. You have to take a lot of parameters into consideration. One last thing, because we have this like an Excel, it's not exactly mobile friendly. So I'll be completely honest and show the mobile view here. So yeah, it's not really beautiful, but for the rest of the page it works fine. And like doing Excel work, maybe you don't want to do it at mobile anyway. So, but say you are on the bus or commuting, you can at least do this. That's it for me, I guess. Thank you.
Questions?
Thank you. Very interesting app, I have to say. Though I wonder how do you determine whether a stock is undervalued or overvalued?
Then you would have to get into the technical things that I kind of skipped now. But there is a formula here. So this is like the value now. This is the dividend for the next year. And some companies like Johnson & Johnson, they like explicitly say like, oh, we want to increase the dividend 8% every year or something. So it's a little bit of a guessing game. So G here is like how much in percent you think that the dividend itself will grow, and R is like the total growth, you can say. Does that answer your question a little bit?
Kinda, yeah. Because I just wondered. I mean, there is a formula, but I suppose like everything, and with the stock market, it isn't bulletproof, right?
Exactly.
So I mean,
yeah,
it would still be, as you said, a guessing game.
Yeah. One thing that I could add is because you get a value when you make this calculation, and like to answer your previous question there, if it's overvalued or undervalued, you compare this value with the actual stock price right now. So that's one way to find out if it's overvalued or undervalued.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Samuel. I wanted to ask, do you like save any of this data? Is it stored on some server?
Locally, yes, in a database. It's not hosted online in the cloud.
Anyone else? Thank you. Well, I hope this is coming soon on the internet. We can start selling the product. But thank you. That was the last presenter. Do we have another question or no? Okay, sorry. We can have another applause for Samuel. And pop up here on camera. I'd like to say thank you everyone for coming and joining online, and I'd like to invite you to join us for the final project presentations in 3 weeks on June 27th, where we'll have a bigger project, and I promise that the technical part will be fixed by then, so I'd like to apologize for that. You'll see a great presentation in 3 weeks, so thank you.
Tack så mycket.